Well, that's the guy I would have picked if I had to say who we could give that to. We were just joking about it. He seems to have a knack for picking off some of those pucks. Obviously, his first goal, another one, he's parallel with Padan there, and just he has another gear. He has kind of that goal we call it the goal scorer's gear, where you think it's a foot race, and then he shifts gears and it's not. But he's got the hot hand right now, and he had one in the first, and I think Leggio was thinking 5-hole again, and he went up top.
If it was a shootout, he probably would have been stopped, but it seems like a breakaway.
Yeah, well, we've talked about that. It's funny you say that. They don't have time to think as much, but it was a great play by him, and you saw his speed and you saw his hands again tonight.
I mean, at that point, you just got to be hoping for overtime, right?
Yeah. You take a penalty there, a little frustrating. I mean, probably a penalty on Witt, but there was a lot of contact with both goalies last night too, and the calls were kind of all over the place, not consistent. So, the one earlier I thought on Wedgwood maybe could have been a call. There could have been two, and then Witt gives a guy a little push, maybe more losing an edge. But at that point you're hoping to get to overtime, and then obviously get through overtime shorthanded as well.
Seems like a well played, one of those hard fought games. Are you happy right now with where the team is physically and mentally, or are you looking for something?
You know what? I think it's kind of a little bit of both sides. It's a little too loose for me defensively, a little too open. With the line rushes, we got into that game with this team last night. They're a good hockey team, no question about it. But we don't want to get into that exchange. Odd man rush one way, we pick it up, go the other way. That's not our game. I thought for large parts of the game tonight, our game was controlling the puck. I think the first period zone time was. I looked down at one point and there wasn't even barely any skate marks in our zone. So that's how we want to play, and we did a lot of good things that way. I think we just need to tighten up a little bit defensively and not give up so many rushes. And I think part of those rushes come from being a little too hungry or aggressive offensively, which isn't a bad thing, but you got to be smart about it.
You've played Cam all three games. You worried tonight by getting in the way of a puck and put it in. What is? I mean, when he's not fighting, this is his first penalty tonight of the season. What do you like? What does he give you out there?
Well, he's got to provide energy. I mean, you want your fourth line. I think we can have a couple different looks as far as personnel on our fourth line, but he needs to have a presence. He needs to have energy, and he needs to be physical. And we put Ben Thompson in last night because Rod Pelly stayed home here, and he did a great job and deserved to stay in. Darcy's a gritty guy that needs to play a physical game, and Janny brings that energy and brings that presence. He's a factor out there, and I thought he was a little more quiet last night, but he was involved a little more, and it showed, and they got rewarded for it.
Was there anybody hurt last night that on the scratches tonight?
Did we lose anybody last night? No, I don't think so.
You said Pelly stayed back. Was it just more of a mental health day, or was he a little bit dinged up? Or?
His wife is expecting, and she's real close. So that was a little too far to have him have to turn around and warm up and come 3 hours back. So especially with the traffic we saw.
Well, it's nice to have the depth that you can afford to do that too.
Exactly. It was our decision, not his. So we told him it'd be better that he stay.